In the previous video, we saw walking is a cyclical movement. A cycle is an animated pattern that loops on itself, so that its repetition produces a continuous and regular movement. A classic example of a cyclical movement is an undulation. An undulation is an oscillating movement, meaning it moves back and forth along one of its axes. To animate it cyclically, we identify 8 main poses, 4 forward and 4 backward. This undulation is symmetrical. Each pose corresponds to an opposing pose half a period later. Therefore, two symmetrical poses oppose a forward pose and a backward pose of the oscillation. Like an undulation, a walking leg oscillates back and forth relative to the pelvis and can be broken down into 8 poses. But it bends when moving forward and it extends when moving backward. In other words, forward and backward poses of a single leg are not symmetrical. However, we also speak of symmetrical walking. For this, we need to consider both legs. In profile, we find a symmetry in the movement relative to the pelvis. As one foot moves forward, the other moves backward. But if we compare two poses separated by half a period, we observe a superposition rather than a symmetry. It is just a matter of perspective. From the front or from above, the symmetry is absolute. Of the 8 main poses of a walk cycle, 4 mark the extremes of amplitude, and the other 4 are intermediate poses. By extremes of amplitude, we mean 2 extremes of height and 2 of length. As a first approximation, we can label them the contact pose and the passing pose. The contact pose is a double support pose. The passing pose is the moment when one foot passes in front of the other. In this first very schematic walking model, the intermediate poses merely interpolate the movement between the extremes. When we approach more complex walks, we will see that these intermediate poses can also function as extremes.